Welcome back, guys. We're back from break. And yeah, let's get right into it.
All right, you guys wake up the next day. Durian, after a night of no, you didn't even go
We
to
didn't
sleep.
sleep. I was about to say.
Never mind. You head back the next day, exhausted from your patrol, to make sure Caben didn't have anything happen to him. And Durian, you realize all your shit's gone. And by that I mean everything that's not currently on your character sheet, which has been updated.
I'm really sad, Travis. My fancy clothes are gone.
Your fancy
Aw,
clothes are
the
gone.
ruffly
Yes,
shirt.
The Seinfeld shirt.
the puffy shirt.
I would say that I put the jewelry. So I said valuable things. The jewelry
Okay.
that I had with it
No,
would be in my like.
I will.
Those are not the things I really care about, but I would say I would have the 50 gold worth of jewelry.
I will bow to your argument there.
But the stuff that I care about. Shit. Okay. Okay, so. Guys, you see Durian come barreling out of his room. And I can't yell in the in this house right now because my wife's asleep. But Durian yells, "Guys, it's gone. The stuff, shit!" And I,
Stuff. What do you mean
"Fawn,
stuff?
Nina, damn it, get in
Be more
here!"
specific.
What?
I like pound the wall and run back into my room.
Hey, you guys don't be causing any more trouble.
Is it the bartender?
Yeah.
Can I go give him
I
10
go.
gold?
You guys don't be causing more than 10 gold worth of trouble.
No,
I've already gone back up
I
to
give him
my
10
room.
gold.
We
Say, I'm sorry
promise.
for last night.
You know what? No problem. Have a good one.
Okay.
That's like
Don't
his
look
year's
shady to
pay.
me.
So I go in and say what was taken, what's going on.
The backpack guy. Oh
I'm
no.
gonna come in.
Oh no. I'm on the bed. I'm like this.
What?
The
is he
room
actual
is
stuff?
the room is torn apart.
Yeah, the
Travis,
room's
I
just
assume I
tossed.
looked in it.
The
It's
room's
not.
tossed?
Yeah,
not
it's
in the room.
not in the room.
Is
the-
there
the
a
room-
window?
There is a window.
Was it
God, I
open
warned
when
you
I came in?
guys last night to be
Nope.
careful.
Caven,
Black
It's
Fang,
gone.
man. Black Fang.
we're screwed.
Caven.
Oh, there's so much stuff. It's gone. We have to get it back.
Do we
have to
still
get
have
it
the
back.
signet
I
ring?
mean, what did you lose?
The signet ring for one.
Ugh.
Oh.
The
Wow.
the electrum sheet, which luckily I don't think I don't have on my character sheet a written translation. So it's
You want me to
You
quote it for you?
had a written translation. It was in your bag.
I was like, guys, this is really bad. The translation to the electrum sheet's in there.
Do you want to make another one?
Oh.
I
I just smile.
doesn't matter. Somebody else has it. That's incredibly
handed
valuable.
I know.
We have to get it back. It's probably this group. They probably sent
Well-
someone in to accost us in the night, but
How are
we
we gonna
weren't in our
find them
rooms.
though?
Yeah.
What?
No.
Yeah.
How
that
are we
could
gonna
be
find
really
them?
I don't know. We have to put our heads together. You guys got to be with me on this. We can't. God,
Let's go ask the bartender.
wait, hold on. The chimera egg was in the backpack.
When he says that, I sort of look around the room. Are there traces of, like, maybe a hatching in the room?
Did the chimera walk
That
off with
chimera
No, like-
didn't steal
being
all this
actually
stuff.
completely-
No.
That's right, I'm being
Durian,
completely serious.
Durian told you torn the room apart. You haven't found any egg fragments.
Did I notice anything? So
Okay.
before I tore the room apart, was there anything that I noticed other than the bag being gone? I had stashed it in
Nope.
somewhere indiscreet. So
Yeah,
I was like, somebody came in looking for my shit.
Yeah, there's literally nothing in the room but like a chamber pot in the bed. So you had kind of stashed it behind the headboard as best you could.
Well, I'm going to defer to the two elven rangers that we have in our party and say, I don't suppose he's left footprints or anything that you can maybe see.
This is
Or
a wooden
figure out.
inn,
Guys,
Nina. We don't need your sarcasm right now.
I have
No,
to.
I was
I
being
have
completely serious.
I have to be completely
Quick
honest, serious with you guys. Yes, I was the one who chose to keep the chimera egg, but we were traveling together. Your
Aren't you
tacit
supposed to
knowledge.
not have that?
I glare at Thawne.
I say
Why would you?
we destroyed ours. It was his own choice.
Because it's valuable, Thawne. Because who knows
Who were
when...
you gonna sell it to?
I'm sure some wizard somewhere would give me fantastic magical gear.
Would it have hatched by then? By the time you sell it? Jesus Christ,
Its
Darian.
mother's not tending to it. It's not going to hatch. And if it did, it
Well,
would die.
maybe your bodily warmth would be enough. It's a monster.
It's in my backpack. It was not. I'm not like cuddling it at night.
Which means the egg is probably dead then. I don't know.
You
why
never
I
know.
This.
This is D&D, motherfucker.
No, I
No.
don't know why I know this, but I get the feeling that when chickens.
Maybe it's like Togepi, and it just like hatches on
I
its
was gonna say,
own.
like,
Guys,
Something.
you're,
chickens tend to the eggs. They don't
Nina,
hatch. So.
Fawn,
I
Nina,
like
you're
this.
getting
Follow
off
this
track.
trail.
It doesn't matter. The fact is that a bag with a chimera egg, alive or dead, has been taken. The Electrum sheet is the most important thing, and that's been taken.
Well,
We have to find it, and
All right. I'm gonna go ask the bartender.
I'm gonna go talk to the bartender too. Let me take care of it.
Well, I should go with you because I just paid him 10 gold. Might be more apt to talk.
Yes, sure.
He likes you now.
I walk down quickly.
Barkeep.
Cool.
Bartender.
Yes, gentlemen, what can
There
I
are
get you?
goods.
Something else that might
There are
get you
goods missing
more
from
pieces of gold.
my belongings. They're missing. They're not in my room.
Your what? What kind of belongings?
I had a backpack with some of my
All of his
spare clothes, some valuables that were left in my room last night, and they're not there anymore.
Did you lock the door?
I don't do this, Travis. I don't do this. But never are we given room locks? Do I have to?
Yeah, I mean,
did I lock
you
the
would-
room?
You tell me.
we
Did
always-
you lock the
we
room?
I
always
would have.
lock
I would
the
have
room.
locked the room.
Okay, then you respond, yes, I locked the room.
Yeah,
Or
of course I locked the room. I wouldn't be reporting
Ah.
something missing if I hadn't locked the room. We didn't come back last night. We were out all night.
Yeah, I noticed.
Did anybody come in asking about which room I took?
No.
Did you take my belongings?
Look, sir, your friend just paid me 10 gold, so I'm gonna let that one
I
go.
pull out 50 gold, and I say, any information in this gold's yours.
What about that gnome?
The gnome left with you guys.
When he
was
arrived, was he with
unconscious.
anyone?
What happened after we left?
Gnome. I think he was in here with, I don't know, a human. I think.
Yeah.
Human.
Yeah.
They were in here earlier? Before we met them?
Kind of. I saw them sitting at a table.
Which table?
One over there. One of the booths, I think.
You know
What was the
anything
evening like after we all left? After the gnome got carted out,
Well,
we came back, and then we all left. What was the rest of the evening like? Was it busy?
No, quite a few people cleared out, but that's all right. And he kind of pats in front of the 50 gold and says, "No,
I haven't handed the gold over.
yeah,
to
I
you
know.
yet. Yeah.
but no, it was pretty quiet. Nothing really of note happened. People drank. One guy got drunk. Poor Bobbert couldn't hear anything for a few hours.
Oh, was he better now?
Yeah, he's doing much better.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
It's
it's all right.
temporary.
I gave him a couple of free whiskeys and he was fine after a while.
So this human that might have been with the gnome. What do you remember anything about him?
What do you look like?
Have you
Nah, brown hair, light skin, medium height.
Travis, there aren't many humans
every
in this,
human ever.
in this town, right? It's
Cien's got a fair number of humans around. There's not like one human in the entire town.
right,
no.
but like I mean,
there were you saw several in this tavern last night.
okay.
Guys, there's nothing. I mean, nobody came through who asked for a room.
No, they didn't ask for rooms. Him and the gnome.
Nobody came in and went upstairs without buying anything.
I don't watch the stairs all night. I mean, people are coming and going. You know.
What about your security tapes?
my what? I don't have any tapeworms. What are you? What are you
That's enough of
implying?
that, Caitlin.
As far as
Oh dear. That's sarcasm.
Guys, what do we do?
I just shrug and then go, well, fudge.
I believe the word is fuck, Nina.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to be polite. in front
She's
of the bartender.
17. During
I've heard worse than that.
Okay then. God fucking damn it. Sorry, Mr. Bucky.
yeah.
Is there
Yes,
any,
I'm sorry.
anybody? I like leaning close to the bartender. I was like, is there anybody who would, if somebody was looking to steal something? Is there a group of people who hung out in this town who might know about such activities? Something planned. I believe I was a target. And I like clink the gold in my hand.
Well, not. They're not so much thief type. Roll me diplomacy check.
Fuck yeah, I will.
Okay,
Once I remember
Bart,
my-
go.
21. Okay, he says, well, they're not. Well, you know how it is. They're people, certain professions. I don't get mixed up in that whole kind of thing.
Sure.
You know. Yeah. Well, the only group I know who might know of this aren't thieves so much as people you hire to kill other people. But they would definitely, an assassin's guild has a lot of knowledge. I don't know if they would know, but it might be worth looking into.
Someone wanted to make contact with them. How would they go about doing so?
I usually have people ask me for information. So if someone says they're Dina Naya, I don't ask questions. And
What was that
Durian,
word you just said?
Dina Naya, and it's Elven. It translates to the silent cry.
A silent cry. That's probably important. I'm gonna write that down.
Look, they're more. How should I say it? They're more involved with merchants than, non-merchants.
I nod and I say,
Everyone's looking to get an edge in the business world.
I look and I say, I had some extremely valuable goods stolen from me.
They
might-
might have information. They might not.
Who do I talk to?
Like I said, if they need info, they come to me, and
No one ever goes seeking them.
I'm sure they do, but I don't. I wouldn't know where to start.
I slide over the 50 gold.
If you find anything else, and if you have any more info, and I can answer any questions, just ask.
By the way, I gave him 250 silver and 25 gold pieces.
Okay. Okay, it's a little awkward while you count it all out, but he's not arguing.
He just made
I'd
60
say-
gold.
Yeah.
He's a businessman. What can he say?
Yeah.
You've had a profit despite the
Opportunist.
troubles. You've profited from us. We
Yes.
mean,
Can I
we-
get you anything? Some food for the road? Were you staying or leaving?
we'll be staying
Of course.
at
Staying.
least for another night. And if you know,
Excellent.
I look at him seriously. I say, if you remember anything else about,
Hey,
Who I
I'll
can-
go right to.
yes, just don't even worry about it. You can come to me later.
Or if you see
Okay.
this human again.
Well,
Give us.
Yeah,
give
I'll,
us,
I'll point him out, but I mean, if he's the one, I have a feeling I won't be seeing him.
Yeah, I think so, but if you
Yeah, if I do.
All right, Nina. Gaben, Fawn, let's meet outside.
I sort of just cough and like, yes, outside for a second, please. Have something that might actually work. That you might not like the short term of it, but the long term might work out.
I
Cool.
dejectedly
You guys are
sort of walk outside. I have my medal still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you took that out.
It's not
It's
labeled
a
in my
valuable-
backpack,
that
and I
would-
kind of keep it on hand, I guess. So
Sure, I'll give you that one.
By the way,
Because
is
you,
it
you
only
did
good-
have it on you to like show the guards.
it had, yeah, I would say it had been in my backpack, but I just shown it to the
Yeah,
captain,
and
so-
I would assume you'd keep that on you in case you got caught doing something, and you could be like, "Yo, bitch, dragon killer."
Yo, bitch, dragon.
By the way,
killer.
Travis, is it only him that he got stuff stolen from?
Yeah, anything you guys.
He's the
rest
only
of you
important
left in
one.
the room was still there.
I mean, I only had my expensive clothes in my backpack. That's what I'm asking, but I was just making sure it was only him.
The rest of you have all your things as you would expect.
Nina, you still get to be fancy.
That's alright. So we're outside now.
we meet outside.
Alright, Darren, I have an idea. You might not like this, but it's like I said. There's a short term to it and there's a long term to it. You remember back in was it Sagney that we got all this done? I think it was.
Mhm.
How that lady had the ability to we know the term would be scry, Travis, or we just say observe.
Yeah, she would have explained the spell to you.
Alright, to scry on items.
Yes.
She could
That
describe
thing
on
where she
live.
looked for stuff was a spell.
Yeah, but my point is that they have the ring at the very least. Right. If we
Yes,
go
but I have
to,
nothing connecting to the ring.
I know, hear me out. But we were going to go to someone who has. Perhaps if we go to there and say that we found the ring, but it was stolen from us, and then maybe we can coordinate a scrying effort and we can go retrieve the ring from them. And thus find the people. Like I said, there's a short term and a long term, and the short term is there's nothing we can do, but the long term is that through meeting with Lord Tegan, or whatever his name is. Tegan? And we explained that we found the ring and that there was some of our stuff there, and if we can find someone to help locate it, we can retrieve it for him. We then
Possible.
we come across the people who took it, we deal with them, we get our shit back. We get the ring back from the
That's
Lord
not-
at least.
It's not my ideal plan. And the reason is that the thief right now has a head start, and if my hunch is right, they're connected to the Black Fang, Gaben.
Which is no bueno.
They're doing this on purpose. They want us to come see them. We only have to find out where they are.
Yeah, I understand that.
Do we
but
want
like
to
that
go
we-
to them and
we
fall
don't
into
know.
that?
Absolutely. We could tear their heads off. They have
I
nothing
guess.
on us. We've killed chimeras and dragons. They're shit of the earth.
And I'm sure that if we do find their
Okay.
base of operations, perhaps maybe we get assistance from the law, because they probably want to deal with this organization as well, and we can just...
We come up if we get assistance from the Lord, they will vanish. They don't exist. They're
I
not
mean,
a known
that's-
name. They're not a known name without being discreet, and they could easily vanish. I don't like that it would take us at least 2 days to get to Riem, another 2 days back, and however long to convince this Lord that his long-lost children, who he hasn't heard from in a long time, that we may have had some piece of information, but we don't have it anymore, and please can
Yeah.
you help us?
Well, you know...
Our credibility,
the good-
for
the
all
good
we know,
news-
this person could be taking the ring to this Lord and blaming us for having killed the Lord's son, or sons.
Yeah, no
Daughters.
thanks. I don't want that on my
Well-
head.
You know, there's always true... I'm trying to think of the term. But some places do use abilities to discern truth. Remember that dwarf guy?
I have never met anybody, a lawful authority, who is
You've
willing
never
to
met the
use
dwarf
that.
either.
No, yeah, I did. He introduced us.
No, we
I was
did.
like-
Oh, maybe you did.
Yeah, at the thing. Like
You
But I
haven't
say, like,
seen, you
not
haven't seen him
everything-
discern truth though. Orange.
Yeah, I say to Nina, whatever you may believe about spells, people who live their life in lies can tell a version of the truth and believe it fully. I don't trust that. It's not going to solve. It's not. That's not like the ace in the hole that you think it is.
Well, for better or for worse, we have no clues and no way to try and find this guy here.
We have one.
What is this?
Which is the
one?
Sonic Cry guys.
The gnome.
We don't even know how to
gnome.
find. I just smack.
So you're saying we
And-
find him again and start trouble with him?
So
again?
you're saying,
We
so you're
know
saying
where-
that we
we-
go to the captain of the guards, we talk with the gnome, and have the captain of the guards help us find that stuff.
He believed
The
our
guard-
story.
the guards
I think
will
he
not-
listen to us.
The guards will.
We
He'll
hope.
believe our story, but he's not going to let out the gnome.
Of course not. And there's
We're
no
gonna
guarantee.
have to. We're gonna have to break the gnome out of jail.
No.
I get up in Nina's face,
Durian-
and
Durian-
I get up in Nina's face, and I'm like, Nina, you don't understand how vulnerable we are right now. Desperate times
Oh,
call for
I
desperate
understand.
measures.
Well,
Durian,
anyone, but I'm
this
not
is
making that
not the
bullshit
way
out
to
of
do
Jay.
this.
This is the best way.
Breaking.
the
Are
guar-
you sure we can't think of
The
any other
gnome
ways
will
that are
not
better
speak.
than
The
this?
gnome will not speak while he's under guard.
How long
I-
until he gets
I
out
agree.
of jail?
I agree with
He
that.
was manipulative. He was smart. Kevin, you remember speaking with him. He thought we had to take drastic action to, even though he was small and unarmed, he still had the upper hand of us in that conversation.
You know what?
I
I'm
He
not
knows
agree.
sure.
exactly what position he's in.
Durin, I agree with you. I don't think he'll talk in jail. I don't think if we go in there and demand he'll tell us what's going on that he'll tell us. But I'm not gonna break him out of jail.
Yeah. Like, maybe we can make
So
him.
whether
tell us?
we talk to the guard about this and we have some idea with what's going on with him, or I don't even know if waiting what the guards say,
I won't-
2-3 days.
I won't. It will be several days. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's go speak with him. And please, all of the rest of you can speak, but if I say something, please don't overrule me. I won't take any brash actions without consulting the rest of you.
Well, we saw how well that worked last time. We had a lot of trouble.
For the
Which
big
last time?
I'm referencing when Nina tried to bribe the guard and the guard got mad.
Oh
Well,
man,
I
that was
was-
the worst idea ever. Nina is
Yeah.
just.
I'm just saying, I don't
Oh,
mind if
she
you guys
is
disagree
naive.
with me, but don't disagree with me out loud in front of other people. I'm going to say some things. I'm not going to do anything that's going to get us in trouble. I don't know what I'm going to say. We'll have to see how the situation presents itself. Feel free to speak up, but let's not openly contradict one another when we're going to the situation,
Should
okay?
maybe you go in with someone else to the guard and
We should all go.
all go? Okay. I don't know about two. I don't know what else we could look around here, but two of us could maybe drum up some other info around town. What? Stop chatting in Skype. I can't read it while I'm streaming.
I was about to say,
Damn it, guys! Get on your phone.
like I said, we have no
Kevin.
other leads. We might as well
Get on my
all go over there.
I'm serious.
Yeah,
Wait.
Get
So-
on my level.
Sorry. What is your guys' plan? What are you
We're-
asking?
So I'm going to propose.
Dumb
We haven't
stuff.
said it now outright. So I say, let's go. We'll speak to the captain of the guard and say that we need to speak with the gnome. I'd rather not explain that I had stuff stolen from me once again and look like a complete idiot. So we're going to hopefully get in without having to explain that. We're going to say the gnome has information, but he's under the guard's care now. The guards owe us nothing and probably will deny us from seeing him. So I might have to say or imply certain things to be able to get past. All right?
Just say that you seek the Black Fang, and that you know.
I already dropped that bomb. It can only get us so far. Got Caven out of jail, but
Like I'm saying, like perhaps
Well,
if like
I was
they
gonna
know
say
that we're
that
making an
anyways.
effort to get rid of them, they'll help us because they don't like the Black Fang either.
they don't know much except that they killed Orin.
Uh huh.
They,
Which means
it's
they know
not-
that they're a bunch of murderers who will kill those of, you know, higher standings.
We'll see. Let's go talk to the guard though.
You can kill them all first.
Cool. So you guys head to the jail.
Jimmy, as much as I wanted to do Ocean's 11 and break this guy out of jail and use him.
Come on.
As much as I
I
wanted
gotta
to,
propose a fantastic.
that would have
We've
been
never done anything like that.
that would have been an
we totally could take
amazing
these guards.
storyline. Oh
I
my
know.
If I wanted to, I could do the Iron Man thing where I just put my hand through the wall and drag him out.
You're not that strong.
2 feet of stone.
Oh, sure I am.
Yeah, it's 2 feet thick stone. You're not that strong. Anyway, you guys head to the jail, and you see a what looks like a lieutenant of some kind sitting at kind of the greeting area. Looks up and says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, Lieutenant. We're looking to speak with Captain Athorian.
I'm sorry, he's gone home for the day. He was up all night working.
I know. My friend here was. We were the victims of the theft, and the gnome.
Hey, I'm here.
The gnome inside was the perpetrator.
Well, I'm the ranking officer. I can help you with whatever you need.
Sir, Lieutenant. We need to speak with the gnome if possible.
About what?
Belongings of ours, valuables, have gone missing, and other important information. And we believe that the people he's been working with have stolen them.
I'm sorry, but the captain told me before he left that you had recovered your valuables.
Well, I had recovered the bag of gems the gnome stole, but last night we were concerned about the safety of our friend, I point to him, who's locked up overnight, and we were out of the rooms for a time, and when we came back, my valuables were gone, and certain items I believe that they are targeting us with.
I see. And,
Can't go into it.
I see. I assume.
But I believe the gnome would have information about who... Sorry to interrupt, Lieutenant, but I believe the gnome would have information about who he's been working with. And we'd like to speak.
Well, he may. Not necessarily, though. People saw you leave and not come back for a while. Well, we do what we can. Violent crimes are fairly rare, but thievery is still a bit of an art here in CN, unfortunately.
I understand.
I will allow you a quick conversation, but at this point he's in our custody, and we will maintain his safety.
Well, be that as it may, we have reason to believe the gnome... We heard from the bartender that the gnome met with somebody before he spoke with us, and a human.
And did anyone see this human taking your things?
It's a bar. Nobody's keeping tabs on anybody else. We do have it on authority that the place cleaned out, but I believe the room was broken into.
Okay, well, like I said, a short conversation.
Thank you.
Please keep in mind that, as I said, we come down harshly on violent crimes, and this gnome is currently under our protection. This way. He leads you back, and you see the gnome kind of sitting on a stool, eyes closed, his legs just kind of dangling in the air.
Little gnome.
What do you guys do?
Face.
I just stare at him at first.
All right. He
Does
obviously
he look up?
he would hear people coming in, but he just keeps his eyes closed, kicks his feet a little.
I don't like him.
Do you
He's
say
like
it
a
out
small
loud?
child. No, I don't say that out loud now.
I lean forward and say,
Reminds me of a child. I
Hey.
don't like children.
Straw.
Straw?
The beds, they're
That's it.
stuffed with straw. They're not very
Oh.
comfortable. I don't... Oh, it's you.
it is us.
Maybe you can throw your weight around and get me a little more comfort in my accommodations.
You know something.
I know many things.
The fuck
I
is-
know that you're a bastard, and you can kiss my fucking ass.
I look at
He's a
Durian,
mouthy
I-
little
I-
son of a
I-
bitch.
You're
I-
only.
I-
I
hand
look
on
at
his
him
shoulder
and I
and say,
actually smile and I say, "You're only wrong on one of those counts because you're behind bars and I can't get through them.
Oh, I can pucker up right to the bars if you'd like.
You put your ass cheeks right here and I will skewer you right up to your brain."
And then you'll, well, I very much doubt the lieutenant there would like that happening. What do you say, Lieutenant? Looks at you and says, I would not appreciate that.
You hear his tone.
He like
Lieutenant.
doesn't really care, but he's like, I wouldn't.
I heard the story of last night. I understand you
All right.
don't care for each other.
Gnome, where's the goods? Where's the stuff that was taken from me?
Where are your eyebrows?
We're
I
burned
kind of point and I'm like, they're sort of there, you know.
on.
Oh,
They were-
yeah, you're right,
What?
Forest Bumpkin. They're kind of growing in.
Who the fuck are you
No.
talking to?
You
little midget.
you red-haired troll muscle bitch.
I just like sigh at
I
this
ca-
point.
I can't do anything but laugh in his face because I find it hilarious. Also, it just reminds me of like me in real life of where I grew up, like ghetto kids that would talk like that, and it's just like, oh god, you're like college insult.
No, it's great. You're perfect for Scruffy over there.
Oh god.
He doesn't look like he's got much brains. He'd probably fuck any animal that moves. You, girly, how'd you get messed up with all of these?
I sort of like look around. I'm like,
Yeah, you,
know
human
what?
girl.
yeah, little
What are you
man.
doing with these elves and a half bastard?
You know, and actually just like look, like, is it obvious Durian is like freaking
I'm
red
Durian.
face?
Durian is about. He's arms crossed, but I mean he's gripping his arm. He's like this, like.
So, Durian, was it your mom or your dad that left?
Okay, I'm gonna like.
Which
lean
one was
over
a
to
shame
Durian.
more,
Like, I'm just gonna lean over to Durian and like, you know what? He didn't seem to be super aggressive with me.
My mother, you little shit.
Ah, well, she got out while the getting was good.
Durian,
I'm sure her family probably didn't take her back, though. Shame of you.
Durian, maybe you should let me try when you're not around. Maybe he didn't seem to make jokes at me. Maybe he has a thing against elves.
What?
The lieutenant speaks up and says, I don't think this is going anywhere productive. You watch your mouth. Oh, no problem, Lieutenant. You're fine in my book.
All right,
Is
gnome.
Lieutenant a human?
No, he's an elf.
What's it gonna take, gnome?
How about you suck my dick?
I just like Durian. Can I have a minute? Maybe a minute with here and the lieutenant and the gnome by myself.
Oh, I can give you 10 or 12 minutes, dearie. Come on in here. I'll show
just-
you height doesn't equal length.
Oh
I, don't know,
god.
I
Oh my
just look at the gnome, I look at Durian, and then I look at the lieutenant, and I'm like, is that fine with you, lieutenant?
Absolutely.
I am
All
Nina.
of
I'm
you
not
head
leaving the
out.
room, but I will step back.
I think that's enough. Why don't we go back out front?
He has information, Lieutenant. We've
Yes,
been
and
patient.
you're getting
we haven't
quite
threatened him.
far.
He's only threatened us thus far.
Use
he's
Jeeves on
threatening-
him.
He's made fun of you guys, but me, maybe.
He made fun
He
of
I
me.
should
just
have a
offered you to suck his dick, Nina.
Yeah, but that was only because
I'd let you do
he said
more.
something. You know what?
Liz-
You know,
I hold
don't
up my
even know your
hand.
name.
Nina, 1 second. You have information about what happened.
I know nothing. As I told the lieutenant and the captain before him,
You met with somebody last night before you saw us.
I'm just a messenger. I carry messages.
You took a message last night before you met us.
Oh, I take all kinds of messages. They're all so hard to remember. You know,
don't-
if
I
you
don't-
pay me 1,500 gold, I'm sure I could think of it.
Perhaps we will. We need a little bit more indication of your cooperativeness.
Ah, well, kind of hard to be cooperative while I'm behind bars.
You're perfectly safe. In fact, the lieutenant made it very clear that you're under their protection.
And I very much appreciate that.
Far safer than you would be in the outside world right now.
Oh, I don't know about that. Cien's such a beautiful, law-abiding nation.
Tell that to the Dean and Naya.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. How loud did you say that?
Through my teeth.
Okay. The lieutenant kind of leans in. I didn't say that to what?
It's nothing. I'm just uttering a curse. But, Lieutenant, this man has information about who took my belongings, our belongings as a party. It's utterly important we get them back. His cooperation's of the utmost importance.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
You're shit out of luck, is what it sounds like.
I'm not going to let you do any more than you're doing now. He
We've
Kinda-
only
gives you a look.
haven't done much. He's clearly quite happy.
He seems a bit chipper, yes. Hey,
And do
you
you
can let
believe-
the human in here.
You know, I'm sort of smirking like this. I'm
All right, Nina, you can have Lieutenant. We'll withdraw. Clearly Nina is the one who is provoking the least amount of issue here. We'll withdraw. Can she speak a few words to him, with your supervision, of course?
For a bit.
I sort of gracefully curtsy the lieutenant and I say thank you.
All right, Fawn, Caben.
So the three of you follow another guard out.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
gnome kind of leans forward and says, "Are you still a maid?"
Perhaps. And I sort of like,
why don't you come in here? I can fix that.
you know, she just smiles and like she looks at the guard and she like quietly looks to like where the gate is, and she crouches down, and she just goes like this.
Oh, I'm not convinced of your sincerity, dear.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but in calling you little gnome seems a little rude. But
Well, I
You don't
am a
know.
gnome, but I'm not that little.
she just smirks and like, do you value your freedom, little man?
Well, I don't like being in here, but right now, I think it's better than the alternatives.
Mm-hmm. I won't lie, my companion's a little rough around the edges when it comes to
Oh, I noticed. You know what?
certain
My throat's
objects.
getting parched. I could use something to drink. Why don't you get that, guard? While you're doing that, dear, I don't know if I want to keep talking to you. You have way too much clothing on.
It's like,
We're
I
going
also, like,
down a
look at
very
the
dark
guards,
road,
so
guys.
it's like,
I mean, there's bars
Alright.
in between them.
do you remember much of what
No,
happened
we're just
yesterday?
never mind. I'm just gonna stop there.
I didn't hear you, Josh. What?
So do you remember much of what happened yesterday?
Oh, I remember it all, he says, and kind of rubs his eye.
Good. This makes this a lot simpler. And believe it or not, we're not bad people, and it seems that either you're caught up in something really bad, or you just like this line of business.
Well, you know, I really am thirsty. Why don't you grab that glass of water for me and go fuck yourself with it?
I just smirk because I was actually going to do an intimidate check on this person.
Damn.
Yeah,
And,
he's smiling. He's enjoying this.
By the way, where's the water?
No one's actually like got up to get him water because it's just you and the lieutenant. He's clearly not leaving.
I'm trying to think of a way to get him closer to the bars, but I can't do it without water. I just asked, can you get this little gnome a glass of water?
Absolutely
Oh.
not.
That's a shame. Because I'm trying to, like, I basically, I want to intimidate him, but I get the feeling for it to work, I need to get him closer. Nice. Alright, so. God, this would have been so much easier if this just happened a lot sooner in the conversation. Once again. So I just.
Why don't you take
look at
your
him-
shirt off? I've never seen a human naked. Well, not one as young as you. Come on.
Tell you what. You want to play? It seems like you like this game, so I'll play this little game with you. You tell me something.
I'll play with your tits. Whip them out. Come on. I don't have
You know
much
what?
entertainment in here.
Oh,
You know what?
God.
I actually go to like. You want to touch them, huh? All right. I'll let you touch them. No, hear me out. This, by the way, this is not a sausage thing. I'll let you.
Guys, if
I'll
this
let-
if
I'll
this
let you
gets
touch
dark, I'm cutting the stream off. Just to let you know.
No, but for one touch, you have to answer one question.
Travis, I thought you were getting something, but you're still
No, no,
joking.
no. What does he actually say? Because this is the perfect chance to actually lure him to the bars.
I think Travis is still trying to breathe.
Okay, you say what?
I say, I'll let you touch them. For every touch, you have to answer one question.
Oh, God,
Oh
Nina.
No, hear me out. I'm not actually going to let him. I'm going to do something to get closer.
He says, I don't know if it's worth it. Let me see him first. At this point, the lieutenant puts his hand on your shoulder and he's like, my dear,
You know,
let's go.
I just look at it. Okay, I look at the lieutenant. I like sort of nod. I like sigh. I'm like, little man, you know, I did give you that nice bump on your head, and this is
Yes.
we're gonna have
Oh,
to make
trust
the
me,
next check.
I won't forget.
I'm like, yes, because if you don't talk and answer some of the questions that Captain might ask you later, you might just receive another one. At
You
the
hear
behest of
that,
him.
Lieutenant? She threatened me. She blatantly
No,
threatened me. Right in front of you. You heard
By
it.
the way, this is an intimidate. I want to actually do an intimidate. By the way.
Go ahead.
Now, Travis, this is the one thing. Like, it normally is a charisma base, but because I beat the crap out of him before,
Absolutely not. Still
Damn
charisma
it.
based.
You ain't changing that, friend.
Okay.
damn it.
You heard that, officer? You heard it right with your ears. She threatened me. She actually threatened me.
Right.
I want her arrested immediately.
You know,
The
with
lieutenant
this-
just shakes his head and says, "Come on." Yeah. that's-
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, Lieutenant, is there laws in TN about sexual harassment?
Look, you were offering to show him your tits. Come on.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
with me. Come with me.
All right. I just sigh. I go.
Oh, Nina.
Ah, damn! It would have been so much easier to intimidate him earlier.
You keep claiming, Nina, that somehow it's going to get better, like at some previous point in time. Before I got involved. You realize
I
this
think it
gnome
would have because I
needs
had
to
it perfectly worked in my
fucking
head, and
die.
it just went to hell like the
The
second
gnome
he
wasn't.
started having.
The
The
gnome wasn't
gnome
gonna
was
play ball
like
with you
this
guys
from
at
the
all,
moment
guys.
we
There-
met the gnome.
There was no
he
better
knows he
chance
has the
to
upper
intimidate him.
hand.
He's not gonna play ball.
We need
Oh,
to...
he'll play ball with Nina.
Guys, do you see what I'm saying now? That there's no way he's ever going to
He's not just going to give information to us.
know, and they have stuff. We
Shocker.
could be in a lot of trouble. He's going to get his revenge unless we get the upper hand somehow.
How do you propose?
What do you mean trouble?
Let's get out of
Are we
let's
out of
get
the? We're out of the jail by now.
Yeah, we're outside.
Yeah, you're out of the jail.
And I say, let's walk back to the tavern, to my room, and I'll tell you.
So,
Okay.
Okay.
whether-
You guys are back to the tavern. Da, 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 da.
Did you watch that video?
I've not.
No.
Let's
Kevin?
save it. Let's
No.
let's save it until.
I
I
know.
can't watch
Next break.
videos because it'll be on stream.
Next break. Go. You're at the tavern. What do you do?
I am at the tavern.
Do you understand now why we have to break him out? It's the
I'm
only
not
way we're
breaking
going to
out
get
the shit.
information from him.
How are we going to get them out? Or get
We're
him
not.
out?
I'm not breaking anyone out of jail, Dorian.
This is
Especially
not, you know what?
that bastard.
This place has such a shiny veneer. It's all bullshit. There's an Assassin's Guild. The Black Bang is operating with impunity. This is, you know what? For all their talk about how they're keeping the actual citizens safe, this is not such a nice place, guys. This is not some paradise.
Durian's saying this as you're walking by, like.
No,
Actually,
we're
no,
back-
it's winter. There aren't like nice flowers or anything up. That's winter.
We went
There's some
back
nice
to,
pine trees.
we're back at the room. Anyway, so
Beautiful pine scent
In the
throughout
room
village.
with all your stuff gone and all the sadness.
like listen,
I'm with
like
Cave on this. We're
clearly
not breaking it
these groups can operate because they know the law and they flaunt it. The only way we can do it, this gnome is never gonna be scared. The only way we're gonna do it is we're gonna have to get information from him.
Okay.
How?
I look at Caben.
I look at Durian.
The same way we've gotten information in the past about a red dragon.
Fawn kind of cocks an eyebrow like, what?
The
Oh,
fucking,
you're talking about that shitty little goblin.
the fucking kobold I tortured for like 2
Yeah,
hours.
Well, technically Fawn was not there, so,
Yeah,
you know.
No, I was saying it to Kevin.
Kevin
'cause
kind
he-
of looks up. We did a lot of stuff about that dragon. What do you?
Well, we didn't get anything until we spoke.
Got set on fire multiple
captured the-
times, you know.
Remember why when Gregor was
the
being
night
tracked?
with the oh.
The things and the stuff that Amrith turned her back to.
You know, Durian, I wouldn't.
You got Fawn.
I wouldn't
Nina,
be
do you
opposed-
understand?
Yeah.
To that again, but I'm not breaking the sucker out of jail.
Yeah, right.
He can
If
rot in
if
there
he
for all I
wasn't in
care.
jail,
He's not. He's going to be
personally-
able to walk free in a few days. He didn't harm anybody. In
Let's
fact,
get him.
he was harmed. All they
So
care
we
about is
well,
Then let's get
technically
him
he
then.
harmed Cave.
Let's get him.
I
then.
can get him out of jail.
You can get him out of jail.
Get out of jail free card? How?
Okay. I seriously want nothing to do with breaking him out of jail, getting him out of jail sooner. If he gets released on his own, sure,
Not even
fair
for
game,
your
we'll
own
get him
self-preservation. Not even for the fact that your better half will still be rotting in jail when you're falsely accused of crimes of killing a lord's son.
back. You know, that's assuming that, you know, that happens. The fact is,
They
We
have
only have
blackmail
become-
over us. It's a criminal organization. Of
They don't
course, it's
have
going to happen.
blackmail for us killing anyone, Durian. Come on.
exactly.
You guys are thinking far too narrow on this. Like it's just some stuff stolen.
It is just some stuff stolen.
Exactly. Second, if there's one signet ring, there'd be a second.
There was a second, Nina.
But they don't have it.
It was
Yes.
on Amrith.
We only had one. We only had one anyway. Listen, we were on our way to Niem to deliver it and do a good deed to say this is all the information we got. Now it could be proposed that some do-gooder stole this off our goods and we're potentially wanted for murder.
Okay, alright. Durian, let's say...
Do you
we're
see what I'm saying,
Durian,
guys? Not only
Durian,
that, there's a chimera
Durian,
egg,
Durian,
which is illegal
Durian,
to have.
Durian,
Yeah.
Durian,
There's
That's
a lot they
true.
can put
Durian,
against
Durian.
us.
But Durian.
Durian. Tell us, what do you think? What's this plan?
Doesn't involve any of you guys, except maybe to get me out in a tight spot.
Well, why don't you
So,
share this plan and let's
I imagine
see
we're going
about
to
it.
need to help you.
I'm going to get into the jail cell and torture the gnome for information.
In the jail cell.
hmm
That's going to get you caught.
Not necessarily.
He's going to make noise. Guards will
If,
be
if
alerted.
he feels it's to his benefit, he won't.
I'm pretty sure it's to his
I'm
benefit.
not going to
He's getting
openly just
tortured.
come up and stab him. I'm just going to ask to speak with him. And once I'm on the
You
inside,
realize
he might feel the
he-
need to deal with us.
You realize, since it was pretty obvious just before, he has something totally against you. You just do it out of spite.
That's not true.
Durian, when
You're
I,
missing. You
when
no
I
no
stayed
no.
my
Hold
night
on.
in jail,
Nina, you're missing an important fact. You're missing an important fact here. He was a messenger who was sent to extort us for 1,000 gold because we owe the organization, apparently, for the death of Tycross. Now, he may just be a go-between, but he's smart enough to know that he's going to have powerful people get him out of jail at some point, whether it's posting some sort of bail or he's just going to be able to walk free. And now they have shit on us. So what I'm saying is, they want more from us at this point. They have shit to be able to get more out of us than they got. They took my stuff as leverage, not as an ends in itself.
She just still
During-
shakes her head
when
and
I
says,
stayed-
I won't
when-
have anything to do with this.
over my night of jail, there was guards posted inside the block of cells. If you even get in the cell.
How many guards though?
2.
How dark?
What?
How dark was it?
It's pretty dark.
Pretty dark. I'm just
I
saying.
can get into the cell,
I'm-
and if he sees me, if I can get into the cell, and if he sees me, the guards won't see me at first, and perhaps the gnome will be persuaded to speak without raising the alarm. And you know what? If he does raise the alarm, I put a dagger to his neck.
And if he starts talking to someone else right next to the guards, what are they gonna do?
He'll whisper. He can talk to
It's
himself.
pretty quiet in there.
Doesn't matter.
And if he calls the guards, what are you gonna do?
Hostage. And that's where you guys come in.
No.
Alright, I just leave. I don't say a word, I just leave.
Bye, Nina.
Fawn, do you see what I'm saying, though? I'm.
I mean,
These are ideas, but do you see? I can get into the cell. I promise you that.
Can you get him out?
I can't get
that's
him
the
out.
issue.
I can get out again, but I can't get him out.
Are you going to? Could you die doing this? Like, I feel
If
like
somebody kills me, I could die, but I will not die. I can get into the cell and I can get out again. Now the problem, though, is that if he doesn't if he doesn't see that he's won, or ostensibly he's won, because I say, okay, what do I have to do next to get the stuff back? Then he'll raise the alarm, and I might, I can still get out of there, but
I don't
okay.
like this
So,
plan.
people will be-
so
people will be
explain to
quite
me how
confused.
you're going to get in and out.
I don't
then,
like this plan at all.
I don't need to
using
tell
your
you that.
wiggly finger stuff. How are you
Sure.
going to get in and out?
I can do it.
He has ways.
What are these ways? Because I don't know, and I can't figure out how he's going to get in and out without
You're
getting
just
caught.
gonna have to trust me.
There
Juan.
was this one time when he poisoned himself.
I'm not feeling very confident in his abilities then.
Fawn.
Yes, Durian.
All right, bring Nina back so I can explain this plan a little bit more.
I
but
don't think we're gonna go through this plan. This seems like a very bad plan.
I'm not letting this
This is a
stuff
bad
go,
idea.
Caben.
Okay, fair enough. I don't want to let it go either.
What? Okay. So, bring Nina back. Let's finish this discussion.
Can we find any other Black Fang?
Is there any? Oh, find
How?
another predator.
You know what? Like, cause that's
I don't know,
you know what, guys? I'm proposing this, and you call me outlandish and extreme. Do you have any better ideas other than just saying "fuck it" and let's go on?
Why?
I have a
another
better idea of
person
not
from
getting
the
killed
group?
or arrested.
It doesn't. I'm not gonna get killed or arrested. I'm not gonna let you guys do it.
Do you know you won't get killed or arrested for sure?
Look, they know we're a party now. If you start doing something, they're
This
gonna
is-
bring us all in. They're not just gonna bring you in and let us go.
We're already on the clock. They have blackmail over us. We're on the clock, guys. We're not going to get out of this. And apparently they know more about who I am than I've let many people know. And it's going to get even worse if the information gets out.
Okay, well, then
Can someone go get Nina
just-
back?
I'll go get Nina. I will go drag her back or something. I don't know.
Why don't-
I'll calm
the-
down
the
for a
gnome's
minute.
gonna
but,
get
like,
out. Why don't we just wait? If you say this black thing has not stolen this to sell it, they've stolen it to have
'Cause that's
leverage
somehow-
over you. It's not going to go anywhere.
Because that's somehow better. This gnome's going to get out and then we're going to wait in hiding and then kidnap him.
I don't know. It's better than assaulting a prison.
I'm not assaulting a prison. I'm sneaking in and hoping that he sees the benefit in talking
sneaking
with
in and
us.
torturing a prisoner, and possibly us
I
getting you
don't-
out in a hard place.
The
Seems like
torture is not. I just saying. You're right. I shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna sneak in and hopefully convince him to give us information without having to resort to any violence.
Okay,
but
that
he's my
right
only.
there-
He's my only leverage to get out of there.
Okay,
In which case, I might have to put a knife to his neck.
okay, that sounds a lot better than the plan you first said. But at the same time,
It's the same plan.
we
I
went
just
in
said
there.
that I was.
He gave you shit.
The guard was there. I think that
as much
if he
as
knows
you-
that I'm beaten, if I say to him, Caben, if I say to him, all right, you win, what do I have to do? He will tell us the next step.
as much as you getting in there will change the odds, I don't think he's just gonna bend over and say, "Do this and I'll help you." You see
I
that
don't
mouth
know.
he had on his? You see that mouth he had?
Yes, he's too smart. He's too smart to let this pass up to just scream for the hell of it because he knows his life's at
No, I
risk.
think that's exactly what he's gonna do.
You may be right, but you know what? We have to take a chance at this point. We don't have time to try and go convince Lord Tegan that we're the right ones, that valuable stuff was taken from us, including a signet ring that we happened to come across in a goblin cave. And please, can you help us relocate this signet ring? Don't you think, by the way, that if they had scrying, they had this ability, they would have looked this ring up a long time ago? That's actually a good point, Travis. No, the fuck wouldn't they have done that?
Well, the rings aren't. I mean, even though the rings like share symbols, they're not like pairs, are they?
Well, they might have scried the rings and not been able to find their owners. They just would have seen the inside of a chest where we found them. But
That's true.
I think the point is that we have a lot more. It's a lot more far-fetched for Nina's plan. It
Okay,
takes a lot of ifs and hopes and buts and crossed fingers to get that across.
Okay, how? Then tell us this: how, as if this is your plan, how do you get in the room? I know, you have your magic ways. Just tell me how that works. What you're gonna?
Wait for Nina to come
Are you
back.
gonna shrink and
Wait
go
for
through the window?
No, I can't shrink small enough to do that. But wait for Nina to come back, and I'll.
Well, that's what Fawn
I'll let-
went and got Nina, right?
Yeah, so, Fawn, at this point you've caught up with Nina.
Okay. So I bring Nina back to the group.
No, you
Kim
do
Durian.
not. I
Why
really say
not?
no. I have
Why
nothing to do
not?
with it. I'd rather not know anything than know anything of this.
Well, you
I want
already
nothing
know
to do with it.
things, and you already know generally what's going to happen. So it's a little
Yes,
late
and
for that, Nina.
Yes, and I don't want to know any more of it.
Allison says, "I don't have charm person, so this sucks." Farnowin says, "God
it doesn't
damn it,
work.
Nina."
I wish it worked like that, but it really doesn't work that easily.
Yeah, because I would consider this a situation of certain death.
No, it isn't. That's imminent
Certain death, Nina. I didn't
No,
think you
it
were
wouldn't be.
so
No, that was out of
afraid
character. I
of
didn't actually,
something
I
like
didn't actually
this.
say that in character.
Never mind. I didn't say that because you didn't say that. Trying to think of how I would convince you to.
Say please.
Nina, please.
I just shake my head and I say,
The
I'm
Twitch
not
chat is
going
open in my
to
other
risk my life
screen.
for some
concentrate
greedy,
on the
vain
game, please.
purpose.
I am, but it's open on my other screen and it says, "Nina, you offered a boob. You're in this."
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I tried to literally get him close enough so I could intimidate him in a method Travis would probably find
Well,
funny.
Out of character, I was not there for when this happened.
Yeah,
Um,
anyway.
So, I mean, Nina, there's no way I could convince you to come help with this, just so we can just get through this and get it over with. I mean, Durian's really the one risking things. It's not so much the rest of us.
I just look at him like, I'm not gonna help him kill himself. I'll tell you right now. This just seems like
Why
a
do you think
super
he's
bad
gonna
idea.
kill himself? You've been with him longer than
Because
I
he's
have. Has he jumped into things where he knows he's going to die? Does he do this often?
He's done the opposite.
Uh, You know what? To be completely honest, yes, he has jumped in a situation where he could possibly die before. I suppose then again, we all did that when we fought a red dragon.
I had
there were
sub
other
20
circumstances.
health. I had sub 20 HP for a long time. Getting up in the morning was jumping into a life or death situation. So
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say it's not the first time he hasn't done something rash and illogical when it comes to valuables. But in this case, I'm all for just leaving. I'm not gonna be party to this. I don't want him to get hurt. Hopefully, me not showing up there may change his mind, but I'll have nothing to do with it. And I just
Oh,
go sit down. I
Nina.
just stay downstairs, and I go to the bar.
Okay.
I
Nina
just let her
grabs a
go,
drink.
and I returned to the group, and I kind of explained to her the fact that or explain to them the fact that Nina wants nothing to do with anything and doesn't want to know anything past what she already knows.
Nothing's decided yet. I wish she would. All right. Well, I'll tell you guys. You two-
Durian, I'm not as good as you at talking to people.
No, I'm not
if you want
blaming
to
you.
try,
Nina
I know the feeling,
exasperates me.
as I look at my charisma of 9.
So, I have more recently acquired the ability to pass through walls.
I'm sorry, you can do what now?
Pass through walls.
That's
I can walk through walls. I can get through walls. It could be painful.
My mind is kind of
Wait.
blown by this, because as far
Backtrack.
as I know, I've never met anyone who can walk through walls. I'm just
back. What did you say, dude? It could be what?
Could be a little dangerous. It could hurt. Minorly. Wouldn't kill me. Definitely not. Even doing it multiple times would not kill me.
Okay. I just don't want you like leaving an arm behind or something.
No, it doesn't work.
That
like
would be
that.
Don't get
unfortunate
splinged.
for a bard who uses a
That's
flute.
exactly what I was thinking.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't quite
Eyebrows
work
being
like
left
that.
behind.
It's no eyebrow to be left behind anyway.
No, instead of no child left behind, no eyebrow left behind.
Have an eyebrow.
I could get in. I could go in unarmed, have a conversation, get out again. That's not the issue. The issue is if I go in there and speak, and the gnome doesn't either hears me out or wants to threaten me, and then doesn't like what I say in response or something. And he reminds me a lot about. He's a pretty charismatic guy. He reminds me a lot of myself. So he's smart, and also very good at talking his way out of situations. But I think because he's so smart that he would hear me out inside. But if he doesn't, we need that information.
Okay.
I could just get out again, and then he sounds crazy, and then I can escape, and nobody gets harmed, but we don't get what we need.
Okay, so back
And
up.
I'm out of better ideas. And I wish Nina was here because I'm open to other ideas.
Back
And
up.
she could offer something else, but
So, you go outside the prison. You walk through the wall at night. You talk.
Which is just
and then
mind blowing.
if he says no, sounds the alarm, acts snooty, calls you a bitch, you walk back through the wall. Do you have to do that again, or is it like you can just walk through walls for a while?
I've got a period of time.
Okay.
So you can walk back and forth through walls. Like, I mean, I can do some
It's
spells of
more
my
of-
own, but that's just wow.
It's
You should
more.
see the stuff this
It's
guy
more
can do.
that I'm able to put myself into a state where I can get into. I can get myself into and out of a state at random that lets me pass through walls.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Wow.
I can blink. I can
You-
blink.
Impressive.
Are you you're not gonna get to the wall and then get stuck or anything?
No.
Okay.
Half of Durian is inside of a wall.
So you come back. You come back to the other side and just book it, turn invisible and run. What's the plan there? Because I'm just saying, if you get stuck in there with guards facing you down, I don't see an opportune way we can handle that.
I don't know, guys. I can only go on what I learn after speaking with the gnome. In a situation where his life is at the stake. Because let's be honest, I might not mean to kill him, but if he doesn't think that his life is on the line, he doesn't have anything to give up to us. He doesn't have any. I don't have any leverage on him.
That's the other thing. How are we gonna get information from him? We don't have any leverage. What are you gonna say to him? Is this worth 1,500 gold from us?
He doesn't. He wasn't serious about the 1,500.
I don't know.
gold.
If he was sent to collect 1,000, he can get 1,500 and skip.
This is why torture would be so much easier. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know.
I agree, but I don't unless you can get him out of there and let's get out of
All
town
right,
somewhere.
so you're right. In the details, this plan doesn't fall apart, but I don't have all the answers yet.
Okay.
Who's got another plan? We've heard Nina's. I think that leads us to them making off with the gear and putting a noose around our neck and slowly tightening it. But I'm
That
open
sounds
to other
unpleasant.
ideas. I really am. I'm really open to other ideas.
and
but-
I am too. I just don't know of any.
Okay. Well, I think it may be a good time for a second break.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens afterwards. I'm looking forward to it.
Dorian hopefully doesn't die.
Well. Alright, see you guys in a
See
few
what
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man. See you Twitch chat. We'll be back in 5 to 7 minutes. Stay tuned.